Welcome back to Yogaxpress, your virtual stretch clinic that helps you move the body to still the mind. My name is Banu Suresh. I'm your host for this program. We have with us once more Ron Thomas to my extreme right, and back with us to share more tips and techniques for safe stretching is Radan Sturm. Radan is Director of Training and Development at Complete Body and Spa. Radan is a personal trainer, and he has been with us in the last couple of episodes, helping guide us through the various postures. Radan, today we're going to do some seated postures. I don't know how well we're going to be able to demonstrate for you, but we're looking forward to your tips. We're looking forward to your guidance on wherever we can maximize our body potential.
Yeah.
Feel free to chip in and tell us how it's helping us do it in a slightly different way, maybe.
Well, quite often it's the little things that make the difference. So it's just changing the body shape a little bit will give you the proper stretch.
Okay.
So I'll hone in on those things.
Yes, we would really appreciate that. And thanks so much for coming back.
Pleasure.
Ron, thank you for coming back as well. We really love having you here, your energy, and the very fact that you said you were sweating after a few stretches says a lot for our program, so welcome back. Ron has a show here. Ron is a producer. He has at M&N. He has a show called Big Talk.
Big Talk, yes.
And Ron cannot wait to have Yogaxpress participants on his show, just like we love having you here as well. So Ron, as long as it's Big Talk about yoga, I'm in. Okay?
Yeah,
how to meet people through yoga.
There you go. Get tips.
Men have a lot of anxiety, and they call me and say, "Oh, these women are no good." So I had a woman come in and talk to them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we know how to keep you guys quiet. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Josiane Hurd, our director, thank you so much for pinch hitting for us. You always are there when we need you, so thank you. Thanks to Richard Swanson for the studio lights, the setups, and for those of you who haven't met our mascot, meet Oscar. Oscar the turtle. Basically just to show you and to tell you that you don't have to look like a model. I won't mention famous model names. So you don't have to look like a model to get in and out of these stretches safely. You just have to have a mindset that allows you to be flexible in mind. And the body will follow your mind. So we're going to get into some seated stretches, and with Radan's help, we'll try and hone in. Was that word you used? Is that so Australian?
You don't use that here?
Hone? Yeah, I think
We
I
use
have
hone
heard
in.
it.
Probably
You
more
do
when you're
use it
shooting
here?
something, right? Yeah.
They don't use it.
We're gonna narrow in on the important muscle groups to use so that we don't hurt ourselves. So let's come on our hands and knees. Hands are directly below the shoulders, knees are directly below the hips, toes are curled in. Before we started today's episode, we were just discussing how many of the yoga postures are named after animals. This one is called Marjarya or cat. Fingers are nicely splayed. And bring your elbows inward. So I have no idea why we do this in yoga. We always are trained to bring our elbows in. like
that?
And now that your elbows are
double
visible,
jointed?
you can actually see. Exactly, you can see it.
Well, it pulls your shoulders back away from your ears
Is
as
that
well.
what it is?
So
Okay, there you go. See, I knew
perhaps
I'd
there's
get an
something
explanation.
in it from that reason.
Now, as we inhale, we're going to dip our torso, raise our chin, chest, and buttocks up. So inhale and dip. Josiane, this one's for you. I know you love cats. Exhale, uncurl your toes, arch your back. Ooh, the spine feels so good. Curl your toes in, and let's do this one more time to redeem ourselves. Inhale and dip.
And this is the one you have to watch out for, not to go too far.
Right, okay.
If you overdo it in this one, you're really going to hyperextend your lower back,
And that's not good.
and that's not good.
Ah,
No.
I'm glad.
Whereas when you start to flex the other way, You can start to round your back. You can really push into that.
Okay.
Pretty much as far as you like. Rotating the pelvis under.
Yeah, that
drawing
feels
your
good.
belly button in.
Right. Oh, feels nice. And then let's come into neutral position. Let's come on our hands and knees. So you can either bring your palms to your knees, you can bring your knees to your palms, and hi, Rich. And let's come up. Let's sit up on our knees. Ron, I know you have a tender knee, so be
Yes.
careful. Is it the right one or the left? Both.
Right.
Right one. Okay, so
Both.
watch. Well, he did hurt himself. I think you fell playing basketball, right?
I was on a bike and I pulled
On a
off
bike.
the bike.
Ooh, ouch. Now, here's where, and this is where Radan's explanation will come in very handy. We tend, in our show, we try to tell people why it's not very important to curl your toes in. I mean, it's useful. Yes, your hands are closer to your heels, but then there's more pressure on the knees. So, does that make sense? Is there any muscle group that we need to watch out? Is there any...
Not really. I think if you have sore knees, you
Right.
might want to take pressure off it.
Okay.
Or put something under your knees.
So if you want to put some padding under your knees to protect your knees, that's good. And Ron, in your case, you might want to fold the mat in if it feels really tender. Let's turn to face the front left of the mat, and then I can stagger myself out as well. Place your palms. I'm going to keep the tops of my feet flat. I'd rather not go down all the way. I'd rather not have less pressure on the knees. Palms are on your buttocks. Push your elbows back. So bring your elbows closer. Open up your chest. Inhale. And this is giving us a nice chest opener too,
Absolutely.
right, Radan?
And the advantage of having your hands on your butt is that you can feel whether your butt muscles are working.
Right. Oh, so you tighten them,
So
right?
you want to tighten them, and you can feel your butt muscles. They should be tightening as you lean back
And that's to protect the back?
to help protect your lower back.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Inhale. Let's go up. Very gently glide your hands down the back of your thighs. Right hand reaches for the right heel. Left hand reaches for the left heel. And you don't have to go down all the way. Just stay connected with your body. Place your palms on the back of your legs and just hold it right there. And as Radan mentioned, make sure you use your buttock muscles to protect your low back. Tilt your head back, tilt your pelvis forward. Inhale, place your palms back on your buttocks gently. Let's come up. And then let's sit on our heels.
So that was as much a back flexibility or a back stretch as it was a shoulder opener.
Right, it was
So
more
if
of
you
a
can't
back
open
bend.
your shoulder,
Then you can't go back all
then you
the
can't
way.
go back.
True. Good observation. And also, it was intended as a back bend,
Yeah.
but the reason we mentioned the shoulder was because not all of us may be ready today
To go down.
all the way.
So most people feel it in their shoulders
Right.
before.
So you still
anywhere
feel
else.
a workout over
Yeah.
here. You still get some kind of a stretch. Now let's sit down on our heels. The tops of your feet are flat on the floor. Place your hands beside your hips. So right hand beside the right hip, left hand beside the left hip. And then make any adjustments. I know I need to make a little bit of adjustments while I'm sitting. Ron, are you okay? You want to stretch your legs out?
Yeah, my knees.
Actually, you
kinda-
may want to sit this one out. Don't. You have a tender knee. Just go back if you want. Just make sure you strengthen your low back and just take your hands back. Very gently, Radan and I are going to lower our elbows to the floor. Right elbow.
We're gonna try.
And then, and then
No
the
promises.
left. Once you're down all the way, tilt your head back. And when we're back in this posture, Radan, we always advise our viewers, now stay back, you can hear me. You don't want to hurt yourself. We tell our viewers not to raise the knees up. And I'm assuming that's because there's more pressure on the ankles, right?
Well, I think because my legs are so tight,
Right,
my knees
right.
are coming up automatically.
Oh, okay, but you want to
So
keep them down?
You do want to try and keep them down, but
Okay. Well, in which case,
The
if your knees
tightness.
are coming up, you may want to raise your
Yeah.
elbows. You don't want to come down all the way.
So that's a bit of a
Inhale.
test to see how far back can you go.
Right, right.
And if your knees are coming up, like mine were, you're probably going too
And see
far.
how your body is making its adjustment. If your thighs feel tight because you work out a lot at the gym, I mean, you're a gym trainer, of course you would, then you may want to bring your knees out to the side. That eases a little bit. And what exactly is happening when you bring your knees out? Why does it feel more comfortable?
I think you're just a little bit more flexible.
Okay, so
That
you're
way.
just giving yourself a little more room to go back
Yeah.
because that way your body is adjusting itself, right? Okay, so now that we're back up, we're going to do a little bit of a forward fold. Bring your knees together. Inhale, take your arms up to shoulder. I don't want to whack Radan, much as I'd like to.
Again.
Again. Did I hit you?
Yeah.
In,
Was that on camera?
Inhale your arms all the way up. Turn your palms in. Clasp your palms together. Exhale. Wiggle your biceps behind your ears. Exhale. Fold from the hip. place your palms on the floor. Make this an active posture. You want to keep your elbows off of the floor. And then bring your knees close together. So you stay nice and active. The lower part of your abdomen touches the upper thighs. So you're getting a little bit of a compression right there.
It's a wonderful stretch for the lower back.
Ah, it does feel so good, Radan.
Because what's happening is your hip bones are being pulled back
Right, okay.
away from your spine.
Oh, okay. And then I also
feels
feel the
good.
stretch. You know, the whole right side and the left side, you feel, because the arms are out, I feel the stretch
Yeah.
on the sides as well.
Yeah, if you move your arms forward or forward.
Right. So keep wiggling your fingers forward, get more of a stretch on the sides. Clasp your palms together, engage your low back, tighten your buttock muscles, and let's come up. Actually, that may or may not be correct, Radan. Is it okay to tighten the buttock muscles when we're coming up?
Absolutely.
It's okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Exhale and release.
It's okay to tighten your buttock muscles anytime.
Anytime, because it's not hurting you, right?
Not really, no.
Yeah.
And they're quite a good, strong muscle.
Right. So it can take a lot of beating.
Absolutely.
Tuck
All
your
about
left.
beating today, aren't you, buddy?
Tuck your
Yeah.
tuck your left heel under your right buttock. Cross your right foot over the left knee. The front of your right foot faces the front of the mat, and the sole of the left foot faces the back of the mat or studio room, wherever you're practicing. Push your right knee in to the left. Torque your upper body to the right. So you already feel this great stretch right here.
Butt stretch.
Is that what it is, the
Yeah,
butt stretch?
absolutely.
And I feel it, the pull is coming all the way from
That would be
even
hamstring.
towards my hamstrings?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it depends where you're most tight.
That's probably where I am very
Yeah.
tight.
See, I'm
so
more
I
tight in
feel
the
it.
butt. You're more tight in the hamstring.
Ah, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
I knew you'd have an explanation.
So you can automatically kind of test and see where you probably need to work more.
Right, so
So
this
I
is
probably need
something.
to work more on my hips and my glutes.
And I need to work more on my thighs,
Hamstrings.
hamstrings.
Yeah.
Push your right knee in, and then hold on to the right knee with the right hand. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, dip your left elbow over the right knee, and I'm going to help myself up. Hold on to the left knee if you think you're ready for it today. If not, you can place your left hand on your right thigh. For me, I come undone if I don't hold on to something. Now, Ron, the other thing you could do is bring your right foot forward. That's it. If you bring your right foot forward, it lowers the right knee, so that gives you a little more, it makes it a little easier for you to hold on to your left knee. And then take this, so that come undone. Take your right hand behind you. Turn to look back. So this way, when you're looking back, you're getting quite a bit of a twist over here, Radan.
Yeah.
Or help us.
Especially if you can use the elbow that's on your thigh for leverage.
Right.
So rather than reach down if you can't quite reach, if you keep your hand up.
I find that hard actually.
You find that hard?
I come undone if I don't hold on to something.
I can't get around there, that's
Oh,
the
okay.
problem.
Okay, so if you keep your hand up there.
You're using that elbow to push
To push
to
it
give
in.
you the twist.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I find too is if I keep my right hand closer to my body, I'm able to keep my body upright, but it's also more of a challenge. So in the beginning, I would rather keep my hand further apart because that way I'm able to twist deeper. Inhale, release the left hand first, and then switch legs. Tuck the right heel under the left buttock. Now this one you want to be extra careful, Ron. That's the knee you've hurt yourself, right? The right knee.
Yeah, twisting gets complicated.
It does.
There's no doubt about it.
Cross your left foot over your right knee. Push your left knee in and torque your upper body to the left. So you're already quarter way there. This is half spinal twist, so you're quarter way there. Hold on to the left knee with the left hand. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale. Dip the right elbow over the left knee. Hold on to the right knee. Take your right hand from behind and then just pull your upper body out just a little more to turn back into the twist. Now, if you bring your left hand closer to your back, to your low back, you might find your torso moves up a little. Radan?
Well, I think anytime you're stretching more than one muscle group,
Right?
it gets a little bit complicated. And then,
I'm looking for some tips on making this more comfortable.
Well, I don't know if that's possible, but it is more and more important to have good technique.
Right.
So, I would never twist beyond what you're
Too
comfortable doing.
Good point.
And if you need to try and keep your back straight, don't twist with around the spine
Right.
because you
Okay.
might over-rotate. So just go into the stretch and go into the depth that you feel comfortable.
Good. Nice tip. I like that. So only as far as you can go. For those of you out there who find this twist might be a little too intense, You don't have to go too deep as long as you feel the twist. What is that around the waist? You said those are the obliques, right?
Yeah, around your
We're
waist.
getting a
your
little bit of a
obliques.
stretch there too.
Absolutely.
A stretch and a twist.
And back. Lower back is getting a bit of a
Lower
stretch
back.
out.
Inhale, release the right hand first, and then extend the left leg out. Now, a lot of the holding time, Ron, is used so that Radan can help us understand what's happening
I'll
with our
speak quicker.
bodies. No.
I'll speak slower.
No, you're doing fine because that's how we want to know while we are holding, we want to know why we are holding it because that's the idea in understanding the body. Place your right foot close to the inside of your upper left thigh. Flex your left foot. So your left foot is extended. Keep your left foot flexed. Bring your right knee out to the side just a little bit. Hold on to your right ankle with your left hand. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, dip your torso. Wrap your right hand around your right knee. And then I'm going to just tuck my fingers around my right thigh at the base of my thigh and then take the left hand from behind, clasp the opposite fingers. And if you don't make the connection today, that's okay. Use a yoga belt, a towel,
Hold
a
on to
face
your
wash.
clothes.
Hold on to your clothes. Sometimes depends on
Hold
what
on to
you're
your
wearing.
pants.
If you're wearing clothes that actually are really loose, then it's okay. But if they're already tight, it's sometimes maybe. But you're right. Hold on to something that'll help you keep that connection. Once you've made that connection, look over your right shoulder. So you're optimizing your stretch. Take your left shoulder back. This one, Radan, I feel a nice opposing stretch, right?
I
Whereabouts?
feel it.
Hey?
Whereabouts?
I feel
Well, I feel the left shoulder go back, and then I'm also looking over my right shoulder. Ron, where do you feel? He's going to tell you.
I feel it in my shoulder blades.
Yeah, it's actually probably more of a shoulder,
Shoulder blade.
back of the shoulder stretch than anything on your right arm.
I feel it.
It's almost like your right knee is pushing your elbow forward, pulling your shoulder blade out.
So it's good then.
It's stretched.
Well, we're probably quite tight there. You need to be open in the shoulder blade to be able to get into the posture.
Into this.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to bind behind you.
Right. Oh, yes.
So I think for a beginner, it's shoulder stretch, but for the more advanced,
For them, it'll be
it'll be a twist.
That's true.
So we're not really twisting yet.
Not yet. Well, we're
Step
getting
one.
there.
Step
one.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not
right.
flexible over here.
Inhale. Release the hands first. Extend the right leg out. Fold the left leg in. Well,
I'm
one
on
step
coil.
at a time. Like you said, step one, and then we'll go to step two. You remember Talisa, right? She would go all the way, take her hands between under her ankles, and she'd be able to wrap herself. But you know what? We all want to do the best we can. Our body can only take so much today.
Oh, yeah,
Everything is
Talisa
better
the
than
contortionist.
That's true. What's her? Yeah, she's a real contortionist.
Did she
actually.
fold herself into a little box as well?
No, that's
not
Amy.
that kind of
What's
contortion.
that girl? Amy Harlib. She would do that. Oh, you have to watch her. She's amazing. Hold on to your left ankle with your left hand. Inhale the left arm up. Keep your right foot flexed. Wrap your left elbow around your left knee. And then take your right hand from behind. Clasp the opposite fingers.
I'm actually
Look.
getting better than that.
Yeah.
You're doing well. Use your belt, Ron.
Yeah.
Want me to help you? Look over your left shoulder and hold. And then take your right shoulder back.
There's
you
definitely
little-
one side always a bit looser than the other.
It does. This side feels a little more comfortable
Yeah,
for me.
I can bind on this side, whereas I can't on the other.
On the other. Ron, hold on. Hold right there. While Radan is holding, feel free to help give some tips to Ron and me, Radan, while we're in this posture. Yeah. So what's happening? When he's using a belt, keep the belt nice and tight, Ron. You want to go a little closer every day.
It gives
So-
you the leverage to rotate from, basically.
Right, so do you have to have loose shoulder?
Yeah. If you don't have
Socket
loose
joints.
shoulders, it's very difficult to get your hand back enough to get into the strap.
Right, to get in over there. Now,
But
let's...
the belt will definitely help.
in the beginning, it definitely helps. So very slowly we can
You could use
release.
any kind of belt, right? Like
Oh yeah, like a face
a
wash.
normal belt,
Anything.
towel.
Anything, yeah. Anything that doesn't have too much give, not the rubber band, not the
No.
band kinds. Because that'll actually have too much give and then you're not really helping yourself. Inhale, release your hands first, and then keep your right leg extended, flex your right
It's a little more
foot.
intense with the belt.
It feels a little more intense, but you're actually getting a better workout, I'm sure, because if you leave it midair, then that creates tension in the body, right? Bring the left knee down to the floor. Attach the sole of the left foot to the inside of the upper right thigh. Now turn to face the extended leg. Inhale your arms up. Oh, there's Radan's going to accuse me of hitting him again. Take your arms all the way up, palms facing in. Exhale, fold from the hip. Radan, help us understand, what muscle groups are we working here?
Well, the obvious one is the back of the leg, which is the hamstring, which is getting a stretch. But for quite a lot of people, they're going to be so tight in their back that they're going to feel it in their lower back and the middle of their back before they feel it in the hamstring.
Ah, okay.
So I would say it's an equal hamstring and back stretch.
And is it okay? Are we still feeling the effect of the stretch if we keep our knees bent just a little bit?
Yeah, you're actually probably going to get a little bit more into the hamstring with a very slight bend in the knee.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Whereas you completely straighten out your leg
Right.
and point your toe towards you, you're going to feel your calf.
Right.
And it's going to be quite a sharp stretch. So a slight bend in the knee.
I feel the back of my rib cage.
Yeah, that's your back, right? Me too.
Inhale. This is actually supposed to be a head to knee posture. I'm not getting there in the next 50 years. Inhale, let's come up and let's switch
You have to bend
legs.
the knee a lot.
Oh yeah, I could
We're
do
not
that.
bending the knee that
It's not
much.
head to knee, it's going to be knee to head. Fold the right leg in, keep your left leg extended. Flex your left foot, turn to face the extended leg. Inhale the arms up to shoulder height, palms facing down. Keep inhaling, take your arms all the way up, palms facing in. Clasp your fingers together. Exhale, fold from the hip.
The real benefit of this stretch is it lengthens your hamstrings, which always get tight, but pretty much everybody can do this stretch.
Yeah.
If you have a sore knee, if you have a sore hip,
You mean it's safe?
it's a safe
For
stretch.
everyone,
It's
right.
a forward bend, which is safer than a backward bend.
Right.
You could sit on a seat and do it. If you can't get onto the ground,
Right.
just stay in a
That's
seat
right.
and lean forward and reach for your toe.
That's a great.
So everybody knows how to stretch the hamstring. There's no excuse, basically.
No excuses not to stretch. Not with Radan giving such lovely,
right.
simple explanations. No excuses. Inhale, let's come up. Keep your left leg where it is. Extend your right leg out. Keep both your feet close together. Keep your legs closed. Keep your feet flexed. Inhale the arms up. So try to give your spine a little more of a stretch upward so you can come all the way down. Exhale, fold from the hip. Wrap your palms over the soles of your feet. And if your hands are already over the soles of your feet, use this opportunity to give yourself a little bit of a massage. Remember, 72,000 nerves end in the soles of the feet and the palms of our hands. And other than getting a punch in the gut, this is a nice way to get a massage for your inner glands and organs. And think about it, Radan. We don't really, right, Ron? We don't really get a massage for the insides. We work our muscle groups, but we don't massage our glands and organs.
No, that would be uncomfortable.
Yeah. Inhale.
That would be
let's
very,
come up.
very deep tissue massage.
Well, if somebody gives me a punch in my lower abdomen, thank you, Josie. Exhale and release. We're going to do another posture very similar to the twist we did earlier, but this time the soles of both your feet face back and the arms go behind your back. So tuck your left foot under the right buttock. We have about 3.5 to 4 minutes. Cross your right foot over your left thigh. And this again brings to mind what you said 2 episodes earlier about one side being tighter. This side is really tight, but I'm going to give it a shot. For those of you who are able, you might want to try and align one knee over the other. So this is called cow face. It's supposed to look like the face of a cow, the 2 jaws of a cow.
And you can probably, when you do the other side, you can see which side's tighter by
Right,
their
exactly.
alignment.
By the way they align, exactly. My other side is a little more comfortable. So now, right knee is up. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, dip your left hand behind the base of your neck. Take your right hand from behind. Clasp the opposite fingers. Now, if you're able to make that connection today, once you've done that, lift your chin up, open up your chest. So take your shoulders back, and bring your left tricep close to your ears. Now you want to make sure that the soles of both feet face the back of the room. Radan, any
So,
tips?
Yeah, if you can't link your fingers, just grab your t-shirt
Right.
again. So it holds your hands back there. You can use a strap again.
Yeah.
But once again, it's a big, big shoulder stretch of the arm that's behind you. So in this case, our right shoulder should be stretching a lot.
I actually feel my bicep stretching here too.
Well, that's your shoulder, which
That is
inserts
the
into
shoulder.
your arm.
Oh, okay.
Your
Okay.
bicep will stretch a little bit, but it's more
Right,
likely
that's
to
the
be your shoulder.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
you
big
feel that
stretch.
stretch.
And then your triceps need to stretch also, the back of the arm.
Right. That one is on the left hand. You will definitely feel
Definitely.
that. Right? Inhale. Release your hands first. Untangle your legs and let's switch legs.
See, that's complex because you're stretching your butt, you're stretching your shoulder and your triceps.
That's a good stretch, right?
Yeah.
Tuck
Saves
your-
time. It's efficient.
Oh, I feel on my back.
Tuck your right heel under the left buttock. Cross your left foot over the right knee. See, yoga can be compact in more ways than one.
That's right.
This feels a little more comfortable because my knees are a little closer, one on top of the other, a little bit closer to each other. Last time it was way off. Left knee is up, right arm goes up. Inhale. Exhale, dip your right hand behind the base of your neck, and then take your left hand from behind, clasp the opposite fingers. You might want to also use a face wash or a yoga belt, the way Ron is doing. If you're using a belt, make sure you inch your hands a little closer every day. And you're right, Radan, I feel a good tricep stretch in
Yeah,
the right arm
on
right
the top
here.
arm.
I didn't realize this was more of a shoulder stretch.
Big shoulder stretch. So you should feel the left shoulder now.
Yeah.
Stretching.
Oh, and then lift your chin up, open up your chest, and hold up. And don't forget to breathe. Inhale, release the hands first, and then when you untangle your legs,
feel my
instead of
abs.
going back in neutral, take your left leg all the way back in pigeon posture. We have the credits rolling, which means we have exactly 2 minutes left. Take your left leg all the way back, curl your toes in to push your left knee back. Now, for those of you who feel very flexible, you may want to bring your right foot forward. Now, I'm not going to go all the way forward. It's not in my capacity today. So I'm going to keep my right heel close to the groin.
Plus,
I'm
you
gonna
also
center.
the thing with that is also that if you have knee issues, you don't really want to bring this foot out too far
Right.
because you get a little bit too much rotation in the knee. So
And that's not good.
it's not
right?
good. So really, it's a much safer position. to
It's
have
really, this
foot.
is the traditional way. We
It's
actually
much
sit
safer.
on the groin. Yeah,
you sit on the groin, and then you're still going to feel it in the right butt cheek, most
Right.
probably.
Oh, no, the left one.
No,
You,
right
you
one.
feel the strengthening, but the stretch on the right
The
side.
stretch on the
yes.
right.
Yes. Now we can sit, get a little bit of a massage, a pelvic massage right here, but we're also nicely centered. So you want to stay this way. And then inhale. Now you want to also fold over. Josiane does not think this posture is complete if we don't fold over. So let's do this. Josiane, this one's for you. Exhale and fold.
It's a great one because you can relax your body
You
weight
can, yeah.
on top of it.
It feels good, especially when we're resting on the elbows, right?
bad.
It feels good.
Yeah,
Look,
so
guys.
you don't want to have this foot too far out here. Like
Yeah,
it twists
you can just tuck your heel under in the groin area.
And then you
That's
can lay
it.
on top of it more so you can lean to the left.
Keep your your left hip needs to get centered, Ron.
You almost
Come
want to
over.
lie on that part of your leg.
Bring your left hip over. Left hip
Yeah.
comes over. Let me show you.
Okay.
All right, when we go on the other side, I think that's the knee he's hurting. So let's very gently swing the left leg forward
Yeah.
and then swing the right leg all the way out. On this knee, you'll be okay on this knee, Ron. So you want to make sure your hip is centered over your left heel. So you want to, those of you who have the left heel tucked in the groin area, you want to make sure your right hip is down. So you feel your hip is nice and centered. Ron, that leg is okay. So take your right knee all the way back.
Yep, just put
Yeah.
that foot on the other side of the leg.
This,
That foot out to that side, to the
Yeah.
right.
Just
Left foot,
where,
yeah,
where
keep
this
going, that
is.
way,
See, the
that
right
way.
knee is out.
Further.
Just tuck your, that's okay. I think he's okay that way. Oh, you know what, Ron?
Left foot out to the right. Yeah, tuck it on the other side of that leg. That's it,
That's it. Hold it. That's enough for today, I think, because if he goes too far back. Can you take your right leg further back? That's it. Beautiful. Very nice.
And
And then
now you
exhale.
lean onto that leg.
Exhale
Yes.
and
Yeah.
fold. Yes. Guys, don't go to sleep on me on this one. This is too comfortable for us.
It's not that comfortable.
Well, once you go down, right? The-
It's all relative.
Inhale. Let's come up. And then bring the right knee in